Hey, Adam.
Hey, Nick. What's up? We're in front of the big whiteboard today.
We are.
Yeah.
We
We have some interesting stuff to cover today around what is an APR. We get some questions from viewers and listeners who are out shopping for debt, for credit. They're looking at cars or they're buying furniture. And they're wondering what the APR on that credit application means. So
APR?
today we're going to APR. What's the APR? We're going to talk about the APR today, specifically as it relates to both credit cards and cars. So I'm going to let you handle credit cards.
Sure. So
I hate them.
Yeah, me too. So just to be clear, APR stands for annual percentage rate, meaning what percentage on your loan are you paying in interest. So Adam mentioned that I'm going to be covering the credit card debt, so let's dive into it. So in this example here, we are going to assume that someone has $5,000 of credit card debt and that the annual percentage rate is 20%. So what that means is when we take $5,000 and multiply that by 20% or 0.2, that's going to give us the number of dollars paid in interest for the year. So it's $1,000 per year in interest that you would be paying on a $5,000 loan or credit card debt at 20%. Ultimately, if we divide that number by 12, because remember this is annual, and if we want to get the monthly number, we divide 1,000 by 12 and we get the $83.33 per month that you are paying in interest. So this is a very common and very high APR for a credit card. And ultimately, you need to know that $83 a month that you're paying this credit card is going towards interest.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that if the minimum payment is $100 a month on that credit card, $83.33 goes to interest.
Yep.
And the small remaining amount goes to principal.
Principal, yeah. So in this case, it would be $17.
Yeah.
A month going towards the principal.
And this is why when people start talking about getting out of debt, we start pointing to what their APR is, because an APR of 20% makes it that much more difficult to get out of debt when you're paying 20% interest on a loan. So let's look at the difference in a car loan. So we have two car loan examples here. The first one is a $20,000 car loan at 1.9%, which is a great interest rate that you could go get probably at a local bank or credit union. 1.9% on $20,000, you would pay $380 that first year in interest. Okay, so that breaks down to about $32 per month in interest. Now the difference between a 1.9 and a 7.9 interest rate, right up here, is a difference of $1,200 a year or $100 a month. It would cost $1,580 per year in interest on this same $20,000 car loan at 7.9%, meaning the payment, just the interest payment alone, is over $100 more per month, $1,200 per year. So the very same car ends up being that much more expensive just due to the 6% extra in interest rate. This is why the APR is so crucial to know. And oftentimes I'll find people who don't really know the difference between a 1.9 or a 7.9%, nor do they know maybe that their car loan's at 15% or 20% if their credit is really terrible. So there's one main way to get your APR lower, which is what, Nick?
The way to get your APR lower is to increase your credit score.
Right.
Yep. And you can refer to a previous episode called How to Improve
Your Credit Score, oddly enough.
And the reason why that's important is because, and to recap it, the credit score really is a communication to a bank or a lender as to how trustworthy you are in being able to pay back the money. So the better the credit score, the more trusting a company is willing to loan you money. And they say, oh, Adam has a high credit score, I know he's going to pay me back. We'll incentivize him by giving him the 1.9% versus the 7.9%.
Yeah, exactly. So become less of a risk to your lenders, have a higher credit score, which you can learn through the How to Improve Your Credit Score episode. And on the next session, we will talk to you about 5 things that the rich do that the poor do not. It's going to be very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah. See you next time.